Hi everybody. This video, I'm not actually really going to try to push much of an educational topic so much as I'm going to encourage you to research a topic. There is a region of China, so where this is coming from. When you look at marriage and divorce statistics in much of the world, you can see that the institution of marriage overall is losing its value in society. It's on its way out. It's losing its value. It's losing its importance. There's a number of different theories behind it. Everybody has their own explanations for it. I think it really just comes down to the fact that it's just not necessary for survival like it once was. The need for it just isn't there like it used to be. It's more, and now these days it's more of a desire and a noble idea. It falls sort of in that range, but it's not a necessity to life. If you live your entire life and never get married, you're not gonna get attacked by a pack of wolves if you don't have a spouse to help fend and protect you, right? So I mean, the need for it just isn't there. But I hear a lot of talk all the time about, so-called patriarchy. There's the feminist movement. There's the MGTOW movement, MGTOW, which is men going their own way. At the high level, it's sort of the men's answer to feminism and the way that society has changed in 2018. It just means men that no longer subscribe to happy wife, happy life, and are just content to be bachelors and do their own thing. So there's that. There's the incel group, which is involuntarily celibate. The people that can't get laid, don't want to get laid, or I can't say that they don't want to get laid, but involuntarily celibate means that they want to have sex and can't find a sexual partner. So we sort of have like these, we're in a state of flux when it comes to relationships. The model that has always worked for centuries and millennia, now we've gotten so good at survival that it's not necessary it's not necessary for survival. We got shit tons of humans on the planet, so we're certainly not battling extinction. Well, some may argue that we're battling making ourselves extinct, but I mean, in terms of just generally keeping the population going, we're good. We're good there. You can live your entire life as a man or as a woman and never have a partner and retire comfortably with your dogs and your cats or whatever else. But when you get married and the relationship does not work out, it usually becomes one of the biggest financial losses and the loss of financial security on the planet. So the only thing that, if you live your entire life by yourself and you do good with your money and you save all of your money, you can retire comfortably. The only thing that can threaten that, the only external threat to that, and by that I mean not fucking up and blowing your money on something stupid. The only external threat to that is the spouse that comes in through marriage and then through divorce ends up emptying the retirement accounts. They get their half, attorneys get their fair share of it, and quite likely you're going to end up with nothing left of the retirement accounts. Because the funny thing about divorce, you better have a good, honest attorney, because in the process of a divorce, all your financials come out into the open, and ta-da! Both attorneys know how much money you have to pay them. Yay! So, and that's typically what happens. The bill rate gets dragged out. The different actions get dragged out. If you're broke, you're going to get a broke-ass divorce. If you're wealthy, you're going to get a wealthy-ass divorce. And everybody dives into the pot of money, right? It's like literally pushing all your chips into the middle of the table in a poker game, and everybody dives in and wants a piece of the action. So these days, marriage is an institution of financial risk, is what it has become. It's not the institution of values that it once was. It's not the institution of security like it once was. In the success of humanity, in the success of society, in the lack of war, it has come to that, and that's my opinion. So what am I saying in all of this? What I want to provide you with? There is a society in China that is basically the world's last standing matriarchy, where everything is turned on its head. The people are known as the Mosuo, and the way you spell that is Mosuo. So, like, to pronounce it in English, it looks like Mosuo, but in Mandarin, I believe it's Mosuo. It's near Shanghai, and whenever you look at the way their society is structured, it's fascinating and it's interesting. And this is where I don't think this is where we're going to end up as a society, but I think as a global culture, I think we're kind of sort of I think the compass needle is pointing that direction, and how far we go that direction, who knows. The Mosuo people, they have a very interesting society structure. Women have all of the high-ranking jobs, so all of the engineers, the architects, the city planners, elected officials, they're all women. What do the men do? The men do the physical labor, the construction jobs, all of the blue-collar work. All the white-collar work is done by the women. Women are the breadwinners. Men are, I don't want to say disposable, but the role in the relationship, a woman can have a relationship with a man, but she's not to be seen with him during the day. He comes at night, after the sun is down, and then he comes over, and he has to be out before the sun comes back up. They're not typically seen with their men. Well, that seems a little difficult in the way of parenting. All right, what kind of parenting structure do they have? Well, they raise children with their own siblings, right? So the aunts and the uncles do the parenting. So that means if you're a dude, you're raising your sister's children, and you are the father figure in their life. Why? Because that means the lover relationship is free to terminate on its own with no impact on the children whatsoever, right? So if you're a dude, you spend all day, chopping down trees, laying bricks, paving the road, doing all that stuff, helping your sisters raise their children, and then the kids go to bed, and you run down the street, bang the girl down the street, and then you come back, and you go back to bed in your place, and you wake up and you do the same thing over and over again. So, it's a similar thing with the women. The women get up, they go to the office, they do the city planning, the architecture, the engineering, the design work, all of that stuff. They come home, they feed the children, feed their brothers. They're the breadwinners. And then, the sun goes down, and then the dude down the street comes knocking on the window. You open the window, dude comes in, and then it's bounce chicka bow, and then they're gone, right? The rules for a relationship: the women can terminate the relationship at any time, so can the men. and it's just understood that we're not doing this anymore, and goodbye. And it's sort of a very curious and interesting way of life. Why? Because I've said this before. I don't think I've ever said this on a video, but one of the lessons in life is that you cannot unfamily relatives like you can unfriend people, right? Your brothers and sisters will always be your brothers and sisters, and so as such, like in their culture, sexual relationships are diminished and very unimportant in terms of societal values. Whereas in everywhere else in monogamy, it's promoted that you have to have the family relationship and the sexual relationships together, bound as one. And that makes for some difficulty because the sexual relationships are not free to change over time. And as a result, that splits up family. So that makes your family structure as volatile. Your family relationships are as volatile as your sexual relationships. And the Mosuo have they don't do it that way. The family relationships are the ones that they promote with society, and then it's midnight lovers. And when you're done, you're done. And the thing is men raise their sisters' children like they are their own children, their own family. They get another girl pregnant, that's that other family's children, and that's kind of sort of how it's viewed. The other family had children. I've got my own children, right? So I mean, it's kind of different like that. But like I said, I think that in the state of flux that we're in, I think the compass needle kind of sort of points that direction. I don't think that it's ever really going to, society's not going to change into that or come anywhere near it. But there is a sort of a mass exodus from the traditional family structure, family roles, view of marriage, just because of lack of necessity. We're becoming a society of individuals. We're not villaging anymore. We're not communizing anymore. We're not organizing ourselves into little communes and communities like we used to. There's no little villages anymore. We're all individuals now. So where we go from here, I don't know. But check out the Mosuo. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Or the Mosuo, Mosuo. Some fascinating stuff. And then take a look at where our lives have gone and see what you think. I'm curious to hear what other people think and feel about it. So let me know. Sound off in the comments below. And let me know what you think. I'll see you on the next video.